Good morning, guys. This is Robert from Trade the Moment. It is February 14th, Sunday, Valentine's Day. This is a swing trading video for the week of 2/15, which is Monday, February 15th. And we're just going to touch base quickly on some of the plays for last week and prior weeks that we had out there. We had out there Walgreens as a long. Walgreens, let me pull them up. We had Walgreens with an entry of 50.03 and it's 50.57, so it's slightly green. We had XLU as another long, and that was at 63.58. That's about 96 cents underwater right now. It just did nothing all week. Okay, we had on the short side, we had long SRNE actually from the prior week. That was a 14.19 entry, so that one is slightly green as well. We also had IP, which we closed at a loss. IP was closed at a loss. It was a long. It was closed at 49.06. We were long 51, so it's $1.94 lost. It was posted in the Discord room. This is one of the few losses we've had over the last 3 weeks. And we had some shorts for the week. We had Neo. Neo was another one that didn't work out too well. It's still alive. We shorted it at 56.98. This thing has hit close to 64.60, and then it pulled in. So we were underwater with this, but that's what you're going to get when you have companies like Neo. They move $5, $6, $7, $8 in 2 days. This thing went from 56.98 where we entered it to as high as 64.60 to 60. So we're still short 56.98. It's still live. We had Visa, which was a short, and we covered Visa. We were short Visa at 210.20. We covered. We posted it in the room at 206.20. So Visa was a $4 winner. You can find that in the Discord channel. If you go to Discord and you go to Swing Trades, which is free for all, this was posted in the room. And these are the longs and shorts, and then you could see over here you have Walgreens recovered from the prior week, and you'll find in that room, you'll find some of these plays that we covered. Visa was covered at 206.20 from a short of 210.20. Amgen was another one that we covered. We had Amgen short at 237.99. We covered it at 234.81. That was another winner. We covered. We had said that we were going to short Gilead, and we shorted Gilead at 68.24, which was on a Monday, and we covered at 66.50. It's currently 66.90. So that's right there. McDonald's is still open as a short. McDonald's, we're underwater with McDonald's. We shorted at 211.50. It is now 213.89. It was much higher than it came in. So we're going to hold this another week. So those are the plays that were long and short. We had IP, which was from, I believe, 2 weeks ago. We covered that and we took a loss. So currently, our open positions that we still have on Neo, which we are short at 56.98. We're underwater. McDonald's at 211.50 underwater. And we have from 2 weeks ago GBRK. That one is 21.40. We shorted that at 20.04. That's slightly underwater. And AUPH at 16.20. Short, that one's green at 15.78, not much. So it's not bad. It wasn't a bad week. We got to close. We got to close out Amgen for a winner. We got to close out. That was a nice winner. Amgen. That was a little more than $3 and change. McDonald's is open, and Visa was closed out as well. That was a nice winner. Visa from 210.20 to 206.20. That was $4. And then there was Gilead. Gilead was another one that we sold and we covered at 66.50 from 68. So those were prior weeks, and that was last week up to date. This week there isn't many, but let's just touch base. On the long, we have Delta. Let's get them up. Delta, and I'll tell you why we like Delta as a long. Delta is breaking out, if you can see it here. This on the daily, if you look at it, this is a breakout. Once we clear this, there's nothing to the left of this. You look at the weekly, we still have some room until we hit the 200 day. The 200 day currently is at 48.50. The stock is at 43. I don't see any reason why we don't break out. We don't clear this pivot here, and we don't break out and run along. The market stays good. I like them. I like them for at least anywhere from $2 to $4 until you start to get into resistance at 48 and change. I think we can get to 46 and 47 on a good market. So we like Delta, and Delta's going to be a long. Let's just call it at $44. Let's clear it at $44. So if it can get right about here is where we like to enter it. So Delta's along at $44. I'll just give you a quick look at what's happening with the rest of the space. You got American Airlines had a nice run. It's got a 20 moving up. It's a little flattish on the weekly. JetBlue, another one that's moving up, another one that's about to clear. So JetBlue is good. The reason we took Delta rather than JetBlue, you're too close to the 200 here. See the 200 day moving average, you're really running up to it, and this is where I expect some resistance on JetBlue. So if you go look at Delta, you have a little room. It's 48.50, the stock is 43.20. So you have almost $5.50 in room in here. Don't kid yourself. That's a nice play. $2, $3, $4. I'm more than happy with on a play like that. This is a $43 stock. You can get 5, 6, 7, 10%. That is huge. So I like Delta a little better than American. American looks good, but I just don't like this big bar here. I don't like when I get a big bar and gets rejected. There's a lot of sellers going on here, and I just don't want to get involved and have a fight. I definitely don't want to have a fight in this area when it was rejected. It was clearly rejected here, and it got clearly rejected here. So I'm going to pass on American. JetBlue looks good, except for the 200 days too close. Okay, Southwest looks phenomenal, breaking out, nothing to the left on the daily, but bang, right to the 200. And I don't know, hit the 200 during the week up here and came in. See, the 200 could act as a big resistance. So be careful here. Could act as a big resistance. I'm going to pass on them. Jets is an ETF of a whole bunch of airlines. Still strong. Look at the left. So the ETF is pretty good. The ETF is not bad. They just don't move much. I'd rather go after an American or a Delta particularly, because you can get that day where you go from like here, open 41.15 and went as high as 43. So you can get $2.50 in a good day. And I don't take a $2.50 move too lightly. It's 5%. So if I, for some reason, wake up and the stock is up 5-6%, I'll either trim or close. So you should understand how I trade. 5% for a day or 2 days is phenomenal. It's nice to get more, but you have to trim it and you have to protect what you have. Let's look at United. It's got a declining 20. It's got a rising 20 on the weekly. This is conflict. Declining on the daily, rising on the weekly. I'll definitely pass. So in the aviation and airlines, we come up with Delta as a long. That is the only long. There's a lot of good stocks, a lot of stocks that are just too high. They're just on the top. I don't like top stocks on the top extended. This is on the top, but it's not extended. Okay, if you look at semiconductors, you'll understand that everything in the semi space is completely. Look at the semi SMH index, for example, the ETF. Look at it. How do you buy this? I'm sure that, it can keep going. It's just not something I want to get involved in. From a technical perspective, I'll take Delta. I'll look for my 4, 5, 6, 8%, whatever I can get from it. I feel safe. I feel comfortable. If it pulls in, I can hold it. It's not going to be the end of the world. If this thing pulls in 6% in a day or 2 days, what do? You'll be down here. You don't know what to do. Still so much more backfill. And look where the 200-day is. So, guys, it's not just about stocks that look good. It's about stocks that got good technicals, good risk reward. I mean, risk is very important with me. You'll learn that as you follow me and as you watch more and more videos. It's about risk. So there's one long only this week. It's Delta. It's $44 right up here. A break of 44. We're going long. On the short side, there's only a couple. Many stocks are just way too strong to be shorted. But if you look at banking, okay, Citigroup, I had them short 3 weeks ago. We made some money with them. Citigroup ran up to its 200-day on the weekly and got rejected. Tried it again the following week. Guess what? Got rejected again. This is a tough level. It's telling you that. You go back 5 weeks ago, it got rejected. 4 weeks ago, got 6 weeks ago, then 5 weeks ago, then 4 weeks ago. Yes, it came all the way down from 57 to 69. And now it's rallying. Guess where we are? Right back at its 200. I'm going to say this is a pretty fair short, providing we take out 61.92, which is this pivot down here. If we could take out the bottom of this pivot here, I'm going to move to here. If we could take 61.92, I like to short this. At 61.92, I think we'll get opportunity to cover this. Especially if the market starts to tire, fade, pull in, correct? Call it anything you want. If this market runs into some red days, I think we're going to get a great opportunity to cover this. Based on the weekly, right here. Bang, rejected, bang, rejected, bang, rejected. And I don't think this is going to be any different, especially with the market being where it is. The market, as you know, if you look at the Russell, if you look at all those indexes, the SPY, they're all extended. They're all at highs or just slightly below them. The Dow, which is the diamond track, the stock at a high. Small cap Russell extended the last 2 weeks after that sell-off bar where I had put a video out saying it was still pretty healthy, the market, and sure enough, bang, bang. So, and technology, the Qs. So the market is extremely strong. And I think these are good technicals to be short. So Citigroup under this pivot of 61.92. I'll post this in the room on Discord. It'll be on the swing channels, absolutely free. And updates are given constantly. Rather than weekly on YouTube, you can go to the room and get them as we post them. You'll be notified. Let's look at Amgen. In the drug space, Amgen. Okay, got above its 200-day. Got rejected, flatlining, basing on its 200, declining 20 on the weekly after being rejected. This is a nice short. We shorted it a couple weeks ago in the room. We posted it on Discord. This was a winning trade too. I believe it was last week actually, right? Yes, I believe. Let me see. Last week we had it short. Yes, we had it short at 237.99, and we covered at 234.81, somewhere down here. So this little channel gave us $3.18 in this little channel. So again, I think there's great opportunity. You got a flat 200. I think you go below it because of the declining 20 and the rejection. So I'm going to call Amgen short at 233.50, and that's going to be right there. So let me put a guideline on that. It's going to be right about here. 233.50. I'll post this in the room as well. This will be a short at 233.50. And the last swing is IBM. IBM's another company. Again, 200-day was above it, went below it on a gap. Gap down. Tried to recover it. If you break it down to just a smaller area of time, it gapped down hard, rallied back up, tried to fill this gap, failed terribly. Was rejected the next, well, part of it was that day it was rejected. Hit a high that day at 224.79, and it closed that day at 222.47. So that's $2.50 retracement the same day, only to make a low and close on the low the next day of 200. So this stock, from the day that it tried to recover and really rally past its 200 day, had a high at 224.79, and the next day closed at 220. That's a $5 pullback. Okay. It faded a little more, tried to rally, couldn't take out this high. This pivot could not take out this, and it turned red. So it failed. It pivoted up to a 20, and failed. So the 20 was resistance. The 20 acted tremendous as resistance. Bounced down, declining 20, rallied to a declining 20, and was rejected again. So this is an excellent short. I'm going to call this one short at the pivot's low Friday of 200.09, 120.09, I'm sorry, 120.09. We're going to make that 120 even as your short. 120. The 9 cents below Friday's low. And that's going to be our short. So I'm going to right about there. And if it triggers at 120 even, we're going to go short. No stop put in place. We'll give updates in the room. That's why it's important to download the app. Whether you're on the go, you put it on your phone. You'll get notified on when we're taking profits, when we're recovering, when we're getting out of a trade. You can find us on Discord at Trade the Moment. So again, I'll recap it quickly. These are the trades for this week. I'll put that here. For this week coming up, we're short Delta. We're short. If it hits $44, or more long Delta, I'm sorry, at $44, slightly above it's fine. If it opens up above it, try to get an entry. Don't chase it, okay? Try to get entry. So it's $44 on Delta long. We have 3 shorts. We have Citigroup in the banking sector at 61.92 as your short. That's the pivot. Thursday's low, 61.92. We have Amgen at 233.50, which is the low of the base of the week. All the pivots through the week, there was pivots for the prior week and this week, and that's going to give us an entry short at 233.50. I know it's a ways to go, but this stock can move. So let's just keep it short. If we can get to 233.50, we will take it. If this acts as resistance, well, then we're not going to come down, and then it can stay up here. If it comes here and breaks what I believe is a short-term resistance, and I believe it's going to break it because of the rejection on the weekly, this will be a good short. I won't be surprised if this doesn't trigger, but if it does, that's the number, 233.50. And last but not least is IBM. Rejected. If you look at it, the 200-day is complete resistance, and a declining 20 that it bounced off of here. This stock is looking to go lower at 120 even as your short. Guys, thank you. This is again Robert from Trade the Moment. Happy Valentine's Day to all. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the Discord room at Trade the Moment. Thank you.